walking along the River Thames and you come across a friendly seal who's popped out to say hello. But a seal in West London has become quite the local celebrity after greeting locals.
Well, he's been spotted many times over the last
Oh, look at him just hanging out there.
Looks like he was doing the plank then.
Like he was doing Jane Fonda's workout.
He always seems to pop up in exactly the same spots on the banks of the River Thames in West London.
Well, we're hoping to get a glimpse of him this morning. So our vet, Dr. Scott Miller, is standing by now. Can you see? Oh, look, he's there. Oh, he's in full pose. Full seal pose.
Look at that. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? So this is a beautiful harbour seal. We have a bit of an interloper in the form of a little dog that wants to come down and say hello to the seal. I don't think he'd want to if he knew how big the seal's teeth were. But in fact, this is a common seal, a harbour seal, that has just decided to find its way to this neck of the woods in Barnes. It's something that is quite unusual and also quite surprising that it keeps coming up to this particular boat slip every day. But the people in this local area are absolutely transfixed by it. It's such a beautiful thing to have and enjoy in the centre of London, a beautiful example of wildlife like this.
And so do you have any idea why it's settled upon that one particular spot and keeps coming back to that spot?
Oh, how beautiful.
Well, there is. Seals are always going to be following prey, and what it really shows is the barometer of the health of the river. Back in the 50s, the Thames was defined as dead, but only with the reduction in pesticides coming into the waterways and also reduction in sewage have we seen invertebrates coming back, and then you've got more fish, and then these larger predators like dolphins and porpoises we've been seeing, and whales, and now seals are following those prey species up into the river. This particular guy, oh, actually I should say guy, she's a girl, I've looked closely. Now she is molting at the moment, which is why she's popping up to warm up every now and again. But she's just getting fat and enjoying all the incredible seaside cuisine, which is present in these now quite clean waters.
Can I ask you then? I mean, you said that you need to be careful because they've got big teeth. I mean, Barnes, it's a busy area. There's lots of kids. There's lots of dogs going along that towpath and walking. Do you have to be careful with your dog to make sure that they don't go near the seal? I mean, if you've got children, obviously they're going to be inquisitive, but they want to keep a safe distance.
Absolutely. I mean, these creatures, it's a joy and it's a blessing that we can have them in these dark times. I'm finding it incredibly inspirational that you can be in central London and find this wildlife. You do want to make sure that you stay protected. Yes, these seals carry some fairly nasty bacteria in their mouths. They can bite very hard, not only to you, to your dogs as well. But we just want to keep them around. We want them to be happy here, and they are enjoying the fact that these waters are now clean. So yes, of course, we have to respect our wildlife if we want to enjoy them as well.
Oh, I love him. Well, as Scott mentioned, her. I love her. Scott mentioned there more and more seals are being spotted in the River Thames. And just last week, Scott joined a heroic rescue effort when one seal ran into a bit of trouble. Let's have a look.
So it's not my regular walk with the kids along this beautiful River Thames today. I've been called out on a professional mission. There's actually a seal that's been captured in this lock that's sitting right there, and unfortunately it has a fish hook stuck in its mouth. So my job is to try and get the hook out. It will be quite an interesting day because this is an animal that is a wild creature, has very big teeth, and won't be very happy when there's a whole bunch of people sitting on it whilst I'm removing a fish hook.
For me to help the seal, we first need to get it out of the lock. To do that, key working trained experts from British Divers Marine Life Rescue have travelled from all over the country to help.
So Mark, can you explain exactly how you plan to capture this seal?
Well, we're going to sink the net into the lock. The lock is 7 metres wide, so we'll sink the net under the water, a few feet under, and hopefully we'll trap him in the net. We've done it before, and I've done it and it's taken literally 4 minutes. And I've done it and it's taken 10 days. Depends on how cooperative the seal is.
It's imperative that we rescue the seal as soon as we can. The fishing hook that's caught in its mouth is preventing the seal from eating, and the animal could die from starvation if it's not removed.
These animals can be up to 150 kilograms in weight. They have a very firm bite, and they carry with them a lot of really nasty bacterial diseases which can infect a wound, particularly when your fingers are bitten. So today I do need to get my hands into the mouth and try and retrieve the hook. I'm hoping that it will be in the lip and not in the hard palate, which will be harder to remove.
With the net in place, it was time to rescue the seal.
Oh, hello. I can't wait to get that out of your mouth.
Now the net is fully submerged, the two dinghies are brought in to encourage the seal to swim over the top of the net. We've got him. Now we have to be extra careful. The stress of being captured can cause the seal to have a heart attack. Thankfully, this fantastic and skilled team got the seal onto dry land safely so I could examine it.
You can see that by just simply pulling it out of a lock with a net, we've managed to remove the hook, so no need for the vet today.
With the hook out, all I need to do is clean up the wounds where the hook has been and give the seal some antibiotics. With the seal all patched up and safe, the last thing to do was to rehome it.
Our little friend here has been nicknamed by Alan as Ted, so this is a seal that is going to make a full recovery, all thanks to this incredibly dedicated band of wildlife warriors.
With the dedicated British Divers Marine Life Rescue Team, we've managed to save Teddy and re-release him down the river, near the Isle of Sheppey on the northern Kent coast, to join an established seal colony and be where he belongs, back in the wild.
Oh, well done, you guys. It's lovely to see him back in the open water there. And I believe you have to change. You named him Teddy after Teddington, where you rescued him, but that's not his real name. How did you find out his real name?
Right, no, yeah, so so close. Instead of being Teddy, his name is Freddie Mercury, in fact. But he has been quite the hapless seal. And also, I think his sat-nav went rogue because he was initially rescued in the Netherlands in December, then found his way to Calais in January, and then thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swim across the channel, swim all the way up the Thames, and then swallow a fish with a fish hook in Teddington Lock. So he really has been quite intrepid, but thankfully has been released now, and hopefully will join that quite healthy seal colony, which is right at the heart of the Thames estuary.
And you knew he was called Freddie Mercury because he told you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and also he wouldn't stop singing Queen songs. Actually, no, that was what they called him at the initial rescue site. So we thought we'd stick with Freddie. But this guy here, same breed. Oh wow, he's having a wee on live TV. That's lovely.
They always do.
Look at that
They
little fountain
always
there.
do.
Oh,
Let's
lovely.
zoom in.
Let's zoom in, yeah.
That's just marvellous.
On this show, animals and urinating, but that's
Some dignity.
a very
Back
beautiful
off.
harbour seal.
Back off.
Lovely. Our wildlife grands.
Thank you. Oh, they always do it, don't they? They
Yeah.
always do. They
It's
can't
us.
resist.
That's
They
what
can't resist.
happens, us and animals.